That's as good as it's gonna get.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The VSC edition, the most dangerous show of the week.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I have side effects for today. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in very pleasant looking outside. Is it going to be like yesterday?
A little warmer.
It's going to be in the 80s, so it's going to be a little warm, but not super crazy hot. Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday?
There, here, wherever. Yep, what?
90 on Saturday.
Oh, and I have a granny square class. We might have to move it inside. That's going to be hot. Let's see what's happening in the morning.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyway, neither here nor there for you all out in YouTube land. I was going to move this to the center, and I'm like, no, sometimes you're quieter on camera. I have the theater background, so I can... No, I'm kidding.
I'm the quiet sister.
Only on camera. Y'all should see her in person. Okay, anyway.
FYI, neither one of us are quiet.
Too fast. No, we're really not. I can be if the situation calls for it, but I have to be told. So, you know. Here, I'm going to ease this out. So, Summer Delight, their run as Yarn of the Week has come to an end, and we're going to talk about a new yarn, and I was busy, so Liz picked one, and I agree. I think this one's fun. Like, our inventory is just weird right now. It's like coming back from break, trying to get refilled on stuff is just awkward. So we have random amounts of stuff, but yes,
the least amount that we have, there are a couple of colors with only 3.
Okay,
but
that's
the
not
rest
bad.
have 5 or 6.
Okay, that's decent. What are we talking about, Liz?
We are talking.
Putting her on the spot because she's the one trying to get stuff done.
Cotton Supreme Batik Waves.
Yes, so
not Batik.
Not
it's
Batik.
Just Cotton Supreme.
Cotton Supreme Waves. It's a DK weight yarn. Might be listed on our site as Cotton Supreme DK Waves, something like that. The reason Liz said batik, we used to have this is from Universal Yarns, and we used to have a yarn called Cotton Supreme Batik, and it had like speckles and stripies, and it was almost self-patterning, but not quite, and it was cotton, and it was lovely, and they stopped making it. And this is what we brought in instead. They have one that kind of does a more of a stripy thing throughout the whole ball. It's not quite the same as the cumulus that we have. It's a different construction. It's a twist. It's a classic cotton twist.
It's a nice
like with
soft,
plies,
yeah.
Right? But it's very soft. Yes, it's soft. It's not shiny. I think it's very, very pretty. So we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna put it on sale. So read some stats, Liz.
It is 100% cotton. You get 230 yards per 100 grams. For knit, they're recommending a US 6 needle. For crochet, they're recommending an H hook. Machine wash warm, tumble dry.
And then other languages.
And
what are we retailing it for?
We are retailing it for $11.25 a ball.
And with the code product of the week with spaces between the words, you can save 15% until we film again next Wednesday. And it is June 28th right now, for reference.
So Wednesday would be July 5th, because Tuesday is the 4th.
Yes, so the 4th of July may be the last time to officially have time to get this. We change things over on Wednesdays midday, so it's always hard to tell you when that's going to happen, sometime Wednesday. Buy it before Tuesday to be on the safe side. Okay.
I pulled 2 of each because so
ball to ball they can be very different.
Yes, it's color changing.
Yeah, like chunky stripes. Like this is one of the colors I did our crochet along bag last year, where I was crocheting all the way around like in a big circle. This is what the colors did for what I think this one's succulent, right? This is the colorway Succulent. It's 914. And this ball, which has really soft, like almost a rose pink, a dusky rose pink, and a soft, not quite mint green, and like a tan in it. A lot of them look kind of stone-washed. But,
like stonewashed sherbet.
Yeah. But this took 2, maybe 3 skeins. total, I want to say. And this is what it looked like with crochet. Now with knitting, it is going to change a little slower. The crochet goes through yarn and colors faster. But these are 2 balls. This is the same colorway, but you can see how ball to ball they look a little different. So what the picture you see online may not match what you get, but the color should still be there, right? This is kind of what we're trying to say.
I thought it would be great for the granny squares, like, because if you did...
This is not this yarn, but these are some granny squares. But you might end up with granny squares of totally different colors.
Or it, the same color, depending on...
it stripes through colors, right? Like, you could get this kind of effect without having to change colors. But it's unpredictable. Unless you manipulate the color, you won't have as much control as actually physically changing between solids. But it does sound fun.
Well, and if you're doing a project, you could pick 2 or 3 bowls and get solid granny squares, stripy granny squares,
Get a mishmash.
And they all coordinate because they all come from the same bowl.
Ooh. Liz is thinking about stuff here. She's using her noggin. So, sorry.
I am. I'm using my noggin.
So a lot of these have that kind of stonewashed look. We have a couple colorways that are a little more solid, but they're not super dark saturated solids. Any of them, really. And we already talked about this colorway that I used. I loved this, and for a while we didn't have it in stock, and I think I just refilled this before break. This colorway, which is really pretty. It's very soft. It's not quite pastel, but it's got a softness to it, which is really cool. One more thing before we talk about the other colors. When you heard her read yardage and you hear 230 yards and you're like, that's not much more yards than a worsted weight would have. You got to be careful not to compare this to wool, because wool is fluffier and not as heavy. And this isn't like super heavy, but cotton, you tend to get less yardage for weight. For thickness classification. So like a worsted weight cotton, we'd only have like 180 yards, whereas a worsted weight wool will have 220 yards. So this may not sound like much more than a worsted weight wool, but since it's cotton, we're not going to get as much yardage out of a DK thickness, but it is a DK thickness.
I was just looking at the Summer Delight for comparison. It was 253 yards, so it's really...
It's close.
It's close. Yeah. It's not like...
And I think the thickness is comparable. This might feel a little and look a little fluffier than the Summer Delight. But yeah, it's for being cotton, it still has a little give, and it's nice and soft.
I like that it's machine washable and dryable.
That's always nice.
So
yep.
All
right, other colors. What do you want to talk about?
I was going to continue with the stone washed look, since that's what you started with. This one is Juice Bar.
It looks like watermelon to me.
It does. It's got the dark rindy bit. It's got a limey rindy bit.
The light rindy bit.
And then a really pretty pink, like a hot pink.
There's like two,
with light
there's like light and bold pink in it, almost like a fuchsia, and they're all stone washed.
Yep.
So to me, that screams watermelon without the seeds. Yep. Or the white seeds, right? And that one was Juice Bar.
Juice Bar.
Nice. Okay.
Hand me your succulents.
We'll put the ones we've already talked about.
We'll do our decoration in the...
All right. Now, I have not knit a sample with this, and I probably won't have time to knit a sample. We're just going to have to kind of go off of our crocheted sample and know that in knitwear, it will change colors at a different rate. And remember, this was crocheting all the way around the bag. So in knitting, it could change, depending on the thickness of what you're knitting, it could change colors really slowly. All right, more stone washed. Let's keep it with the pinky colors. This is strawberry. And there are two skeins. Look how different that is.
It looks like strawberries and cream.
It does look like strawberries and cream. It's got like a darker red, but because it's stone washed, it's almost got a pink effect, like the center in here. It's not like dark red, but it's more on the red side of pink. And then we've got the lighter, like when you think of strawberries and cream type of pink. And then there's some like corally orangey color in here, and some cream. lots more cream and red in this one, but that red is in here. It's towards the edge in that other skein. So we've got those colors in this one. It's warm. It's like the warm sides of the rainbow. So
this one is gemstones.
And that I feel like is the stonewashed is the most rainbowy one. Mm-hmm. It's more of like a neon rainbow than like a bold rainbow or a pastel rainbow.
Yep. It's got yellow, like it's yellow. It's a denim-y yellow.
Well,
the stonewashed yellow. Mm-hmm. It's got a hot pink, a purple, and like a turquoise.
It's a turquoisey, tealy, aqua blue, and there's like hints of when that changes to yellow that we get some green in there.
Yeah,
but there's not a ton of like green. Yeah. So it's like a jewel tone rainbow. Yeah, that's what I'm like looking for the right words, right? That one's really fun. Continuing, our last one that I would consider more stonewashed of the colors that the palette that we have. A lot of yarns, to let you in on like a yarn store owner's like side of things. A lot of yarns will have a bigger number of colors than we can bring in. And so we try to pick and choose to have the widest range for what we have space for in the shop. And what is this? We have like maybe 10 colors?
We have 8.
We have 8. She counted. Okay. And so we tried to pick, there might be more colors now, but we tried to pick a nice range. So we don't have all the colors you might see on Universal's site, but we've got what hopefully hits some good points for most people. So the last stonewashed one that we have, this is called Saltwater. And you see this one has a lot less gray, it looks like, than this one, but I see some of that darker gray if I turn it around in here. So we've got light gray and dark gray, all of it stonewashed, kind of a light, super pale blue to more of a turquoisey than a tealy. Like this one, I would call teal, probably, or aqua.
Aqua.
Right? And this is more turquoisey in terms of the...
It's a very beachy...
It's very beachy. I like it. Yeah. Having just been on the Outer Banks, this is very, I'm liking it. I feel like this is surf right here. This is the ocean surf, which is really cool. Not Mediterranean surf, but East Coast surf. So that one, Saltwater, is super cute as well. If you like blues and neutrals and stuff, that one might hit the mark. So the ones that are a little more solid, there might be some of the cotton. Like the reason they're not super, super solid, I feel like they're not super saturated. So sometimes you might see the cotton didn't take all of the dye, but it's not as hodgepodge as these. These are the ones we brought in. So what do you have?
This is our neutral, and it's cumulus.
It looks like stormy clouds to me.
It's grays, a brownie gray, a cooler gray,
and almost like a steel blue gray.
Steel blue gray, a black. Mm-hmm. It's really
the closest
fun.
It comes to like a color other than gray. It might be like the blue gray.
Yeah.
That one's really pretty. If you're looking for something that is neutral and not pop in color, that's a really good one. This one is Equator, and it has like light greens and a green blue, and as close as this is going to come to navy, not super saturated navy, and more of an aqua blue in there. So we've got a few different greens, and we've got like green transitioning to blue, and we've got a couple different blues in there, and it's called Equator. I think that this is more like the cool side of the rainbow, and it's really pretty.
This one is Prism.
That one, go ahead.
It's a different rainbow than the stonewashed. What one was that?
This one was Gemstone.
Gemstone.
But it's got some of the same
some
colors,
of the same,
but not necessarily. Yeah. Like that's got more of a yellow green in it. Some of the pinks overlap, some of the blues kind of overlap.
And there's a orange
like
coral and a lavender, and
I don't see a straight up yellow. There is yellow in the gemstone. There is not in...
This is more almost a grello.
Yeah. There is not in Prism. Prism's got some of the rainbow colors, not all of them. It has pink instead of red. but it's the closest in the more solids we're going to have to a rainbow. In the solids, we've got quasi-rainbow, we have blues and greens, and we have grays, basically. So, I think they're all really fun, and I have to go back and look at how many I needed for this. It was either 2 or 3. I want to say it wasn't as many as I thought it was going to be, which is great, because crochet can eat up a lot more yarn per project. I would say a ranunculus, depending on the length of it, you might only need 2, maybe 3 to make a ranunculus if you wanted to make a summery one. And that could be really cool because it'll stripe in fun places. Like whenever I make a ranunculus or a sweater or something out of a long color changing yarn, people will say, how did you get it to change like when you wanted it to? Because they'll think you've changed it at specific moments. It's like, I just knit with it. It's great. So,
Yeah.
Yay. So that is the Cotton Supreme Wave. And in our listing online, there might be a DK thrown in there somewhere in the title.
Oops.
Okay. I think it could be really fun for granny square stuff. It's soft and it will have give to it. Like this, like if I really fill this and use this, it might stretch out. It's okay. That's it. Anytime you knit or crochet a bag, there's a good chance that it will stretch over time. And
especially if you put heavy
things in it, right? So there's only so much control you have over something like that. But cotton can be washed. That's one of the nice things. I mean, you can hand wash anything, but cotton can get wet and be washed and not smell like wet sheep. So sometimes that's really good for functional items. So, you know. Anyway, this is kind of a short episode, but then we still have some packages to get together. Like, maybe we don't, but I still, like, I have things to address from packages from yesterday. We got out as many as we could. I have some things before the day starts. If I can get it together, that would be great. We have some orders that we need to finish today, so that's why we don't have them for, anyway. Liz is looking at me like, packages what? No, I have to deal with some loose ends from yesterday. She's really good at getting packages done. So,
I'm like, wait, what?
If you have any questions for Dear Becky and Lizzie, which is tomorrow, we have some topics and things. We have some ideas, but we always would like to talk about things that you want to hear about if we feel comfortable addressing them. Like if people ask super personal details, we might not share those. But
then again, we might.
Who knows?
So,
you know. Try it. No, don't try it, please. Never mind. Scratch that from the record. You can email Liz. Her email is
liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
And then she'll have it in her queue, and we'll see what we can do. So, yeah. Anyway. We got stuff to do. Wish us well today, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Oh,
wait, what?
We hit 1560.
Oh, 1560 in terms of subscriber numbers. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We're inching our way towards, like, 2,000 would be the next. Ooh, that'd be so fun. Towards 2,000 subscribers. Help us get there. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. If you'd like to support the work we do filming and editing and posting and all that kind of stuff, you can go over to patreon.com/sundragon and sign up for a monthly donation subscription there. Like, I don't want to call it subscription because subscribers on YouTube is different. You can become a patron and we will put your name in the credits. And at Patreon, you'll get some swag. And yeah, it's kind of fun. You'll get your name in the credits over on my Tips and Tricks channel as well, because that benefits us over there too. So, yes, but subscribing and commenting and giving us a thumbs up and all that kind of stuff that's free helps our channel out immensely, and we appreciate it. So, we will see you all tomorrow. If you want to come to one of our sit and stitches, we had a lovely one last night. Our virtual sit and stitches. They are on Zoom on Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm making sure my words don't come out wrong. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, U.S. time. You can get in with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
And ask us if you have any questions. All right? Bye, everybody.
Bye.